region and religion, it may never have been limited to it. Diwali is and always will be a festival that transcends region and religion, going beyond all the boundaries and customs that makes us diverse in our culture.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we not only celebrate Diwali, we celebrate its teachings. We celebrate light, which dispels the darkness of ignorance.
We celebrate love.
The light which illuminates the journey through life.
We celebrate hope. We celebrate good. We celebrate truth. We celebrate what unites us. We celebrate our culture.
We celebrate India.
We have a very special evening planned for us. The entire FlavourZ team worked diligently for weeks to bring you this show of dance, music, arts, and culture. But before we begin, we would like to welcome a very special guest amongst us.
Before we begin,
we are delighted to have Mr. Kamal Parvez as a guest of honor for this evening. Mr. Parvez is the first secretary at the Indian Embassy in Sweden. As a counselor, he has been active in resolving and mitigating diplomatic issues faced by Indians in Sweden. He is an active player in organizing various events to show the kaleidoscopic culture of India. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in offering a warm welcome to our guest of honor for this evening, Mr. Kamal Parvez. We are honored by your presence, sir.
we are fortunate to have Mr. Anand Srinivasan, Professor at KTH Shista, Madam Alfonsa from KTH International, Mr. Avinash from Indian Embassy in Sweden, Professor Sebastian, Professor Saika, Madam Balasundaram, Professor Nandita Singh. We extend a hearty welcome to you all.
Light symbolizes knowledge and purity. It is the dispeller of darkness. In the spirit of Diwali, I request all dignitaries and guests to please come forward and inaugurate this event by lighting up the lamp.
We begin our proceedings with a prayer sung by Nidhi to seek the blessings of Almighty.
Please guests, kindly join us in lighting up the lamp.
We begin our proceedings with a prayer sung by Nivi to seek the blessings of Almighty. Shakti Vinayakane Sharanam Yen Ayane Uttamane Varuvan Uvangani Varam Tharuvan. I request Mr. Kamal Parvez to share a few words with us.
Thank you very much. Good evening to all of you. On this August event of Diwali and India Day, I was told by my colleague and attaché culture that Supreet Kaur, that we have attended many cultural programs in Sweden and represented Indian Embassy. But this is the first program where we are also seeing and watching in the audience many Swedish people. So I congratulate the team of KTH organizing this India Day and Diwali function, that you are the real flag bearer of India and taking this culture and introducing this culture to this world. Not only students living here, but also, every Indian who is outside in any other country, is a representative, is an ambassador of country. So I thank you very much for this invitation, and I'm honored being here. I also congratulate, in particular, Mr. Agnew for organizing such a beautiful function. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your words.
When you think about India and its culture, you will be amiss not to mention dance.
Dance in India is not only a medium of expression or an art form, it's a part of who we are.
Thousands of years ago, the Natya Shastra laid the foundation of dance in India. Natya, the fifth Vedic scripture, it called for a combination of story, virtue, joy, and spiritual freedom.
As diverse as India is, so are its dance forms. The Sangeet Natak Academy has given recognition to 8 Indian dance forms, and we have 14 recognizable dance forms in India.
Tonight, however, we present to you Bharatanatyam. Tracing its roots back to the 2nd century, Bharatanatyam is not only perhaps the oldest Indian dance, it mainly comprises of bhava, expressions, raga, the melody, and tal, the rhythm. Bharatanatyam literally meaning Bharata or India.
Coming on stage to perform on Hey Gajavandana, a prayer to the Lord Ganesha, to kick off this very special evening. Please welcome your very first performance of the night, Rimi and Srinidhi Bhardwaj.
All right.
Srinidhi for such a graceful performance.
Uh,
Really
uh,
a lovely one.
Are the foreigners all ready? Yeah? Did you like the performance, guys? We were not expecting like this much a vibrant crowd. Like as Sir mentioned, like there are many Swedish as well as foreigner people over here. So we don't have like Bharatanatyam as our only dance or classical as our only dance. We have some of Western dancers as well, and they do some crazy shit I don't know. Like there's one guy. Please unleash our tiger. Please unleash the tiger of India. Okay, now he is Tiger Shroff, but it looks me like Kareena Kapoor drank 10 kgs of protein shake and had an influx of testosterone instead of estrogen. Look at the pecs, man. Just look at the traps on his shoulder. Now what he does like, he just juggles his legs like this and this and this, and it looks like he's gonna fall down in the middle of his performance. So, just to give you an understanding, see this. Now, is he doing gymnastics or is it some kind of dance steps he performs? So, he does this repeatedly, and we try to like make a fun slideshow of this. Now, because of his gymnastics ability, we try to use it as a clock, and this is how normal people stand on a Mumbai local, and this is how Tiger Shroff stands in a Mumbai local. This is like if you have seen people in Taj Mahal clicking up these kind of photos with hand over hair, but Tiger Shroff is Tiger Shroff. He does the most Tiger Shroff thing. Ah, okay. This one is interesting. You must have heard about Mission on Mars, our first successful launch on Mars. That was on our first attempt. You might not be knowing about the cost-cutting experimentations we had on that, on operations. The Tiger Shroff was involved in that as well. Nothing to say about now. Nothing to say. He has been pretty active in European Union as well. When I came to know about like this dance step of him, and I heard like who named him Tiger, who names their son as Tiger, but then I like suppose his father's name is Jackie. Only he can name his son like Tiger. So moving on, guys.
Our next performance is a song describing the undying and pure love of mother for her child. A fair share of audience will get emotional after this.
Originally sung by a legendary singer, Lata Mangeshkar, and Academy and Grammy Award winner, A.R. Rahman.
Please give a warm welcome for our next performers as they put their own spin on Luka Chippi.
check, check. Check, check, check. Good evening, everyone. This is Nitin here. With me is Richa and that's Ardeep. We have Sharon on the bass. The song is called Luka Chupi from the film Nande Vasant. So I hope you guys enjoy this. छोड़ के
Thank you for your performance, guys. You certainly reminded us of our homes.
Next performance is totally filmy.
I'm Miss Bollywood, man.
But you said you don't like Bollywood. It's all cheesy and full of overacting, like your words.
Chal, Ramli. Keep that to yourself. For the non-Indians in the audience, we would like to break it down a Bollywood movie and save like 6 hours for you. There are certain factors involved in love and love marriages in India.
Like the girl should love the boy and the boy should love the girl.
The boy's family should love the girl's family and the girl's family should love the boy's family.
The girl's family should love the boy and the boy's family should love the girl.
I think like it went over your head, right? So giving you a visual representation on this, we have something for you. Raj and Simran, two legendary characters of Indian Bollywood movies, Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol. The boy meets the girl, they fall in love. The typical scene that you can relate to, running in the woods and hugging each other. Now the father comes to know. Just see those eyes, man. Just see those eyes. I would literally like piss in my pants if you would have done with me. Oh my God, kiss in public. When he comes to know that what you did in your Euro trip. Now this guy literally begs for he literally persuades by begging for the approval of the marriage. They get beaten up. After all the drama and everything, the marriage is approved! Ja Simran ja, ji le apni zindagi. And now they can live their zindagi together, but if there's a clause to it, if they get a tatkal reservation in one of the... So yeah.
So, and now, to stop him from blabbering more about Bollywood, let's call upon participants to perform a mashup of Bollywood songs.
Please welcome with a huge round of applause.
सनसेट भाई तेरा फुल सेट है मुझे भी देखो मेरा बनने लगा देखो तो हसीना तो आना भी करीना तो तुमको का फीवर है चढ़ने लगा थोड़ा हार्ड सा होके थोड़ा जेंटल सा होके थोड़ा सेंटी सा होके थोड़ा मेंटल सा होके सारे It's not true.
I want to share my own experience of Diwali. I love and hated Diwali at the same time. Love for all the festivities and happiness around, but hate for all the labor and hard work you put in to clean just your houses. Back in India, like there's a joke about it, like Diwali is the official house cleaning festival of India. Just now, like the baby dolls or the Baba dolls came to perform, there is something I want to show, like what happens to the children. माना कि तू बेबी डॉल है सोने दी, पर पहले सफाई कर दे कोने कोने की. That happens with the children in India in the Diwali time. This is Munni. Munni on a normal day, but Munni right before Diwali days. Okay.
India offers variety in diversities of ethnic, linguistic, regional, economic, religious, class and caste groups. This variety permeates with the immense urban-rural differences and gender distinctions. Indian society is multifaceted to an extent perhaps unknown to any other of the world's great civilizations. It is more like an area as varied as Europe than any other single nation.
Adding further variety to contemporary Indian culture, which is rapidly occurring changes affecting various regions and social economic groups. Giving a nuanced, diverse and unified India is a visual depiction of modern India. Please sit back and immerse.
Downward dog position, locust, cobra, standing tree. I am the motherland expanding, pregnancy unplanned in the 21st century. More than a people, a culture, a country, I am alchemy. Rag Mithar, rhythm and melody. Conceived when Shiva breathed a kiss which died on the lips of his bridegroom. Desi, Gora, I'm every grain of rice in your basmati, every spice in your garam masala. I'm the turmeric stains on your grandmother's hands. I'm Ina Tika Dai Dominica Red Tika flames on her pineal gland. And the Maradi slipping through her fingers like displaced seeds of sand through an hourglass. I am the jigsaw made from shattered fragments of the past, pieced together in a way that works for us. A billion strong and uprising, and it's impossible to ignore us. The interwoven chorus of Bengali, Gujarati, Kannada, Marathi, Hindi, Kashmiri, Malayalam, Nepali, Punjabi, Sindhi, Telugu, Tamil, Urdu, ginger, chili and garlic, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Dharma. Touch me, for I am no longer untouchable. Capable, practically inescapable, no longer unaccountable. I am your account and I program your ID. I am the chai latte iced tea that the chai walla stares at mournfully as he sighs at the rise of the middle class, whispering their upwardly mobile mudra. Thank God Almighty and free at last. I sing Tumi Ho Mata Hindustan as I smoke BDs, chew pan and watch Bollywood DVDs starring Akshay Kumar and Shah Khan, remixing Pranya by whispering my mantra.
I heard his school dancer under my breath.
Profound, primitive and superstitious. Spread from Canada to Australia, Trinidad to Mauritius, I will always be India.
The impoverished child that bangs at the window of your ambassador car. The old man who instead of clapping his hands simply said, au revoir. I'm so spoken with Vina was later remixed into the shape of a sitar. Just like the home, but the hum, but the tabla drum became the dark, and the I'm the rickshaw one. I have the white title. The survivor rising up in the drive to progress. I'm the distraught-hearted Delhi, how cutters clog streets, Bombay's blocked arteries, an accumulation of stress. Yes, I am Hindustan. The land of Puspakal, Akbar and Koman, the Kurva, Krishnamurti, Ilakana, the Go, Andaki, the Bobbed, Elephant, and the superhero Brahman. Om Shanti. I'm Mount Saffron Rock. I am the center of cinnamon, cardamom, chlorine. I am the air, with the rain, the funk, and the monsoon. I'm a sliver of moon that Shiva wears my head. I am that unsanctioned love marriage between Bharatanatyam and the back foot. Converse trainers under kurta, pajama, and shalwar kameez. I'm the thunder and storm on the horizon, weeping the solidified tears of Rudrakshi. I am alchemy.
More than a person, a culture, a country, a billion-strong uprising impossible to ignore. I will always be India. I am Hindustan. I am an Indian.
When India invented zero, the world learned to count. Astronomy was taught first by India. If India had not invented zero, be it reaching the moon or measuring distances of celestial bodies, would have been impossible.
The place where the first civilization arose, where the art was born. India is a country the world has followed.
Keeping up this patriotic feeling, coming up next on stage is Nandita Singh to sing the song which glorifies the land where love is tradition, where people connect to every heart, land where there is no discrimination of creed and color, the great land called India. Ma'am Nandita.
Please welcome. Please welcome Madam Nandita Singh.
दुनिया को तब गिनती आई तारों की भाषा भारत ने दुनिया को पहले सिखलाई ले तारा दशमलव भारत तो यूं चांद पे जाना मुश्किल था धरती और चांद की दूरी का अंदाजा लगाना मुश्किल था सभ्यता जहाँ पहले आई सभ्यता जहाँ पहले आई पहले जन्मी है जहाँ पे कला अपना भारत वो भारत है इसके पीछे संसार चला और आगे बढ़ा वो आगे बढ़ा बढ़ता ही गया भगवान करे और बढ़े बढ़ता ही रहे और फूले फले बढ़ता ही रहे और फूले फले Please join the claps.
It really did remind me of my homeland now. Where's this? Oh, hey, what are you doing? What's that? Hello? He's trying to do something. Oh, he's miming again. Oh, yeah. Our next performance, as you can probably guess from his act, is mime. Now, a lot of you might be wondering, what's an art form that's predominantly associated with the French doing in an evening that's supposed to be all about Indian culture?
Mime has an equally rich heritage in India as it does in France or other European countries. It's perhaps you might have not noticed this before. Put your hands together for Nikhil and Group. Thank you for your performance, guys. This was truly dedicated to our Indian soldiers and freedom fighters. Our next guest on stage is someone a lot of us might have had a chance to interact with, especially our friends who study at Shista. And I'm telling it again, it is pronounced Shista, not Kista.
He is one of the premier researchers at KTH, although he may be too humble to accept to call himself that. A professor of semiconductor materials, but perhaps above all, a proud Indian.
Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Anand Srinivasan.
First of all, I would like to thank everyone and also the organizers for giving me this opportunity. And probably the theme is basically a little bit difficult for me. And a few words on Diwali was what I was supposed to say. And it so happens that the organizers at the beginning of this thing, they already told quite a bit about what Diwali is all about. And I hope you have forgotten at least a little bit of it, so I can repeat it. So Deepavali is one term which is quite common in the south, and Diwali is also something that is popularly known. And in Sanskrit, it's basically Deepa is basically a conjunction of two different words. One is Deepa, which means light. The other one is Avali, which means a row. So this is in Swedish, you call this join up words, but in Sanskrit you have regular roots for that. And Deepa, Avali together makes the word Deepavali. And it is of course the festival of lights. And as the people already told, it is the celebration of life. It's enjoyment and goodness in all forms. And as all these people say, it's darkness unto light. And the festival is worshipped basically stretches over 5 days in India, and it follows the lunar calendar. And of course in India many people think it's a lunar calendar is one, but no. There are many different versions of the lunar calendar, Satavahana calendar, then you have the Vikramaditya calendar and so on. But in principle, these days fall within the months of October and November. And so therefore you will not find Diwali occurring on the same day the next year. So these things move around a little bit, but it falls between the month of October and November. And it is the last 3 days of the month called Ashwayuja, and the other one is Kartika. And in the Kartika is a word which you also may be familiar with the Pleiades constellation. It also reminds you of the Pleiades constellation from Kartik. And that is also a festival in the south where rows of lamps are lit and so on. And when you talk about lamps, it's amazing that today we lit the traditional lamp, the so-called diya, and then the oil lamp. And today, right in front of me, I see okay. Wow, perfect. So there is a solution for everything. So this is the technology which is moving, but the traditions are basically held on. We adapt and do different things. So it's just the same form, but different lights, and maybe these are also much more environmentally friendly and so on and so forth. And if you look at origin of Diwali, I think you've already touched upon. And one of the things is that it is based on a variety of different types of mythological stories. And different people believe in different things. If you walk across India in many places, some days are more important in certain parts of the country, some other days are important in some other parts of the country. And the video that we saw in the intermission at some point, that basically tells you something about India or Hinduism and all these things together. The more you pin down what is India, we try to put it in a box, this is this, this is that, the more undefined it becomes. So it is an extremely complex cultures which have evolved over millenniums in a way, So therefore, it is highly complex. I would say it's more of an experience. A glimpse of parts of the experience would bring quite a bit of it. So, from the point of view of the mythology, one of the popular ones is return of Lord Rama from the exile and also vanquishing of the demon king Ravana. And then the people of Ayodhya's kingdom, to receive him back, they lit rows of lamps and celebrated his homecoming. Then you also have the mythology of Naraka Chaturdasi, which is also an important day. And this is again another avatar reincarnation of Vishnu. And in the Bhagavad Puranam, for example, you have very exciting tales of how Krishna with his wife Satyabhama, they went and vanquished this terror god who was a terror of both all the worlds that are possible that you can imagine. And the interesting part is that Krishna went and vanquished Narakasura and released all the captives that he had. And therefore, that is also something that we celebrate because it's again a victory of good over evil. And for some of you who are now looking at and reading Tolkien, for example, Lord of the Rings and so on, it's fantastic. And if you look at the tale of Narakasura, Naraka Chaturdasi, and how Krishna vanquished Narakasura, it begins with Krishna's vehicle, which is basically Garuda, a giant eagle. And some of you might already know from Gandalf, is Quahir comes eagles. So there is a lot of fantasy here, where suddenly magical mountains come in the path, there are fires everywhere, a tremendous amount of waterfalls everywhere. He has to cross all these things. And finally, he vanquishes the evil king, that is Naraka. Then also the importance of the goddess Lakshmi, or the goddess of wealth and benevolence, is also very important. So this happens also associated with the mythological story, where people churn the ocean and she reincarnates basically from the ocean. So there is a lot of association with Lakshmi Puja, and which is what happens in Bengal, for example. So in almost all the places, every one of these days is celebrated in great vigor. And the other part is something called the Bali Patyami, where Bali was one of the evil kings, and later on, again, Vishnu vanquished him in the form of the another avatar, when he was a dwarf. And he sent him back to the Netherlands. And he was supposed to come back to the earth every year, and his part was to light the rows of lamps to eliminate the people from the darkness. So this was his kind of redemption that he had to do this. So again, this day is very important, it's celebrated as the so-called Bali Patyami. Okay, so these are the things. And if you look at the other parts of the culture, it's that you have Jainism, they celebrate this day as the Tirthankara Mahavira when he obtained Nirvana. And Buddhists celebrate this day or these days because when Ashoka invaded Buddhism. And Sikhs celebrate this day in a way because of Har Gobind's return from his captivity, also brought along 52 kings or so from Mughal. So there is a lot of these things associated, but it is not necessarily that these things happen on this particular day. Diwali probably in the ancient times was just a festival for harvest, and then it became more and more. And in terms of cultural aspects, people have already told you different things. There's decorations everywhere. You have artwork made from rice flour, different types of things, which is called rangoli. Then you have kandils, which is a derivative of the word candela. That's a paper lantern, so there are lots of decorations of that. Then you have new clothes, lots and lots of food, sweets. The market is full of all these things. So it's a tradition. Cleaning houses, you already heard about it. That's the comical part of it. But in general, it also means that you have to keep things clean in order to bring something. So this is something which is a tradition which is always kept, and this is a long back tradition. It's not something that people have thought about now, but people just systematically do. But it is also the question of to ask oneself in a way to ask about the cleanliness of it is addressing the inner cleanliness. So to remind from the outside, to think about what you're doing inside. So something of the philosophical note on that. And then if you look at business, for example, the festivity, if you go to India, it crosses all borders of religion, caste, everything. It's the peak period of festivity where you have lights everywhere, shops open all the time, round the clock sales. It's more like the Christmas feeling. So if you have that feeling, it's the feeling of festivity, and there is nothing comparable to that feeling of being there. So that's about the business part. And of course, many of the traditional businesses in India have their accounts open today. So this is the actual Diwali day, not today, but the actual Diwali day. That is when they really open their accounts, and this is the start of a new business year for most of these people. I don't want to talk about gambling, because this also is a very important part of gambling. And if you look at the part with the cultures, we also share a lot. So many gifts are given to each other, flowers are distributed. So it's a part of lots of distribution of goodwill amongst people, social interactions with people and so on. And if you look at the cultures around the world, you have in Sweden pre-Christian kind of cultures as well. So Lucia is a very important day. The basic thing is that the equinoxes, for example, that at the time when it is very dark, you also welcome bringing light. So this is basically somehow all the time it is the part of dispelling darkness by bringing light, which means that it's dispelling the darkness in ourselves and the ignorance of the dead. And then of course Christmas, you know, it's tradition of lights. Then you have also festivals in Thailand. Then you have the festival of Jewish festival of Hanukkah, which is also part of the festival of lights. And I would like to now just don't want to take too much of the thing that it's a kind of a speech because I see a lot of murmurs around. Just want to say that just the two simple phrases from the Upanishadic recitals, which is basically Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, which means lead us from untruth to truth, from darkness to light. These two, I left out the last one deliberately, because these two are the ones which are the key part for embodying the part of the body. So these are the two. And those of you who want to remember this, you can check out also these, the cult film Matrix, the musical score for Matrix Revolutions. Okay, with that, I will thank you all for listening to me.
Thank you, sir, for your informative and enlightening words.
Really, you summed up like everything on Diwali. That's so nice, like you get to know so much from the lunar calendar, and you mentioned about that. Moving on with the sequence of our events, India has such a rich lineage of musical forms, from classical to folk music, ghazal to qawwali, Hindustani ragas to Sufi music. The next performance is a Jugalbandi.
Jugalbandi is a performance in Indian classical music that features a duet of two solo musicians. The word Jugalbandi literally means entwined twins. The duet can be either vocal or instrumental. India has always been blessed with great artists and musicians.
R.D. Burman,
Rabindranath Tagore,
Ustad Ali Akbar Khan,
M.S. Subbulakshmi,
Pandit Ravi Shankar,
S. Balachandar,
Hariprasad Chaurasia,
Zakir Hussain,
Bismillah Khan,
Lata Mangeshkar,
Kishore Kumar,
Mohammad Rafi,
Ilayaraja,
A.R. Rahman.
Himesh Reshamia.
Wait, what?
Oh,
He's not.
Big guy mere khajur.
Our next performers on the stage are Jugalbandi people. So please welcome.
W is Zoom, T is Zoom.
Okay, cool. अभी ठीक
Thank you for your performance, guys. Our next performance is a guitar solo. Now, guitar back in India is a fancy tool to impress a girl. Every boy wants to learn playing a guitar. In India, to get a girl or impress a girl, you need you can do it in either two ways. Either you learn to play a guitar or either you speak Urdu. Because all our voices sound so sophisticated in Urdu. The words just fall out as flowers. It's like sheer poetry. Or you can do is playing a guitar. And if you do both, then you probably get a call for Coke Studio for the next season. So please welcome Venkatesh for a musical treat. weird, like, how we get so patriotic living abroad. Like, once a Chinese friend of mine told me, you people dance a lot in your music, in your Bollywood movies. When you're happy, you dance. When you're sad, you dance. There's a lot of dancing going on in your movies. Normally, I would be the first one to make fun of my Bollywood movies, but I got defensive on this statement and said, "Chal be chal, nikal."
But it's not like our movies only shows the silly dancing in the farm sequences or the dance choreography, where everybody on the street matches up on your steps.
Yeah, exactly. There have been movies that urges for a societal change and portrays the unspoken issues of our Indian lives.
Moving on with the sequence of our events, next act is dance performance on Bollywood song mashups.
Please welcome our next performers.
से न करे तो करे जब देखना हो झूठी लाई काला चश्मा चढ़ता तेरे मुखड़े पे जैसे काला तेरे चढ़ता है तेरे चूफे अपनी घटाओं से ज्यादा नहीं तो 10-12 लड़के तो मार ही देती होगी तो दिन में
जैसे छत्तीस फिरते हैं मेरे वर्गी और न होनी मेरे वर्गी और न होनी मेरे वर्गी और न होनी तू मुंडा बिल्कुल देसी है मैं गंदगी ना तो सूढ़ी मेरे
and we hope we haven't disappointed you.
Okay, previously we were talking about some Indian movies that they are not limited to dancing and singing and running in the woods. We have like, in the previous year we had like some of the great movies which captured the audience's attention with some of it, like is Queen, the story of a girl walking out of marriage, of a broken marriage and discovering herself. Dil Chahta Hai, our favorite, receiving a cult status in Bollywood cinema, everybody's favorite I suppose, discovering the true friendship going on above beyond the ages. Pink, no means no. No means no. English for English, again a story of a housewife who travels to New York to pursue her dreams. No, like she can become an entrepreneur. She's not limited to the kitchen. Quote, not only the Indian Bollywood movies but also the regional cinemas has been acclaimed by the international domain of movies. Quote has been one of them, and also Bahubali, the greatest blockbuster of the previous year. Again, like Bajirao Mastani, fall into that same category. Urda Punjab, showcasing the drug problem apt in the state of Punjab. Dil Dhadakne Do, again a good movie. And बाप का, दादा का, सबका बदला लेगा रे तेरा भाईजान. Okay, you might not be knowing that it is like the first Indian movie to be telecasted as a TV series on Netflix. Yeah, so moving on to the performance, but before that, I would like to hear from our audience what they think about Diwali and their experience they had back in India with Diwali. So can I just request anybody just share your stories you had back in Diwali? Yeah, you? Anybody? Yeah.
I will randomly choose anyone.
Just pass on the mic to him. Okay, Yamesh. So, do you like the show? It's going on well? Just share your experience back in Diwali.
Can I talk in Hindi?
Ah, man.
क्योंकि अभी तक हिंदी सुना.
You can talk in Marathi as well, if you want.
जय महाराष्ट्र बाबू.
जय महाराष्ट्र. जय शिवाजी.
जय भवानी.
जय भवानी. Yeah.
यहाँ के तो 2-3 महीने हुए हैं. तो कुछ experience नहीं बिजनेस आपका.
Okay, so how was your first Diwali abroad, like in Sweden?
Yeah, बहुत मजा आ रहा है. As a volunteer, बहुत सारे इंडियन दोस्त, फॉरेनर दोस्त, इंटरनेशनल बैकग्राउंड मिला, इंटरनेशनल दोस्त मिले.
Okay.
लेकिन अभी तक अंग्रेजी सुन रहा हूँ. तो सुना कि कुछ लफ्ज, कुछ अल्फाज हिंदी में हो जाए. So बस एक बात बोलना चाहता हूँ. भारत माता की. भारत माता की. वंदे. वंदे.
Thank you. Now, can we have a...
I guess seems he really missed India too much.
Okay, maybe I can share my experience because I'm here from more than a year and I'm not been home yet. So, sure. Yeah. That's not me, but okay. So, normally Diwali for us means if you are the eldest son in your family, it means you have to be responsible for a lot of things. And in Diwali, it becomes cleaning. So for me, I was living away from home, so I was supposed to be home 10 days in advance. So sometimes I have to fight with my boss because I have to go home and he asks what's the reason. I used to say I have to do cleaning. And then he used to say, seriously, this code is more important than cleaning? I said, maybe. If not cleaning, then family is more important than this job. So I even, sometimes I fought so much that I lost my salaries for that, but it didn't matter. So when I came here, it was my first Diwali in 25 years that I was spending away from home. And so what is Diwali famous for? Crackers, lights? Well, more than that, it's famous for meeting people and eating together, going out together. So I was working as a photographer for the career fair here. So what I did was I invited all my friends whom I could invite. It's kind of tricky to get a Swedish friend to find a place in their calendar. But anyhow, I managed to get around 8 people at my home. So like my mom used to do, she used to start cooking from the morning. So last year on Diwali, I started cooking from early morning and I ended up making 8 or 9 things. And then I was surprised that some of my friends, they study about what is Diwali, so they brought diyas and lights for me. That was kind of surprising. And finally they ended up saying that, okay, I have not eaten this much in last 1 week, so that was too much. Well, that is one more thing you will see in India. When you say I'm full, then they'll serve you one more time. So, this year as well, I invited my friends, and that's what we do, and that's what I encourage my friends who are here, that on Diwali, share your culture, share your food, invite everyone, have a feast, and have fun. Happy Diwali.
Yeah. That is the spirit of Diwali, and that's how it should be done. I would like to get a bite from my American friend. Like, what do you think of Diwali? Is it like the combination of 4th of July, New Year's Eve, and Star Wars for you?
This is my first time experiencing Diwali, but I'm having a fantastic time so far. And I love that it's a celebration of light and culture and kind of being with your whole family. So I don't think it's very similar, but we're coming up on Thanksgiving for me. So I'm getting a nice celebration here, which is fantastic. And I love experiencing the new culture.
Hola, amigo. What about you? So how is it like your main festival in Spain? Okay, anybody else? Like my Indian friends over here? Diwali back in Karnataka. How do you celebrate Diwali?
In Karnataka, like, we celebrate like all together with our families actually. But now I'm feeling here like it's my. Now I'm feeling like everyone's saying here it's my home actually by seeing all these people, because like we celebrate our Diwali festival with our relatives and with our neighbors. So I'm feeling great and I'm so glad actually. Thank you.
Moving on with our performances.
And as we had promised that the fun will increase one after the other, and trust me, we are getting it.
Our next performance.
Like dance?
No, is it done? It is done.
Yeah, music?
It is already being done.
Drama?
There's a lot of drama to come in the next sequences.
Okay.
Now we are here to cast light on a different corner of dramatic arts of India.
Before the multi-hundred crore clubs and the time before, बड़े-बड़े देशों में छोटी-छोटी बातें होती रहती हैं. All what an actor needed in old times was just a small stage to mercenarize 100. Coming next upon stage to create the magic of dance, music and drama.
Enacting a mad scientist in search of evil powers. Prays to Greek gods and his greed leads him to his death end. Please put your hands together for Nikhil.
In this modern age of Renaissance, where everybody is going into the new world. I'm just going back into the hated darkness. Why, Zeus? Why? Why, I ask you, Zeus, why? Have I not prayed to you? Have I not made any sacrifices? Then why are you doing this to me, Zeus? Why, Zeus? Why? That's okay. Zeus, do you think I'm unworthy of your prayers, huh? Do you think I'm unworthy of your prayers? If you think I'm unworthy of your prayers, then I will pray to someone who's as unworthy as I am. Hades, Hades, the god of the universe, the king of the dead. Bless me, I ask you, listen to me. Bless me with a power that nobody can imagine. You were once a neglected one. You once hated one. Why don't you bless me? Bless me, Hades, bless me! Bless me! Bless me, bless me, bless me! Why don't you bless me? Bless me! Blessing, I am blessed. Hades, Hades has blessed me. Hades, Hades has blessed me with the power of capturing the imaginations and thoughts of people. And then I can follow them and do what they do. To all of you here, I can capture your thoughts and imagination. But that's what I'm concerned about is all the Almighty Hades has given me powers nobody can imagine. That makes me genius. Invincible. God! I am God! And now, what I can do, these are my Hades fellow scientists. Give it to me! Their research, their thoughts are all mine! They're all mine! Hades, Hades! He has given it to me to make me invincible. Invincible! Give it to me! Is this yet? An author, an artist, a painter. I am invincible. I was following this person who can make lead into gold. But no, it's mine now. Give it to me. Oh, I made gold. I made gold. I made gold. I stole his thoughts. They're mine. Mine. What's happening? I shouldn't have told stolen thoughts. I shouldn't have. That person there, the artist, they could make that into gold. He did it because his wife had a lust for gold. And now his wife committed suicide. When what he decided was once he converted lead into gold, he would kill himself. I shouldn't have told that thought. No, I shouldn't have. No, don't do it, Zeus. Hades, please forgive me. Hades, Zeus, please forgive me. No, don't do it.
Oh, that was wonderful. Our next performance of the evening is also our last.
But before that, I would like to show some contrast that we had after coming over here. Can we have that? This is from the photo of Brick Summit, Modi Kaka swag level. That's what I'm wearing right now. Now, who has endorsed this? Abki Baar Trump Sarkar. Make America laugh again might be his motive for that. Now this one is interesting, like getting too much of respect to cross the road. This was like, when in India, what happens actually when you cross the road, this thing happens to you. The irony is, these two guys are actually Swedish. Centralen, I call it a cardio station. Like catching a train to Moby Centrum, like just running to catch this. And becoming a pro, like getting a first shake to get in the train, and now becoming a pro in a crowded Centralen. Sitting on a bus like a Swede, this is how Swedes sit in a bus, but in India, it is totally opposite. 1.2 billion population has its own problem, guys. This is the girls. Girls before MS and girls after MS. But for the guys, it is actually different. This is what Indian guys think they look like, but what they actually look like. Maybe like checking out Swedish girls, I suppose. This one is like what everybody would have like came across, what my friends thinks I do. I am just partying, sala ऐश कर रहा है लड़कियों के साथ वहाँ पे. This is what my mom thinks. मेरा बेटा पढ़ाई कर रहा है. But what I'm actually doing, I am like into cooking. I'm just. This is how Swedes spend their Friday night, but for Indians, we spend their Friday night here. Because of the food. You will find me where the free food is. My heart belongs to there. This is when this happened, like when the free tour guide asked me for tips. It's very hard to like manage expenses in Sweden. I just disappear. You must have recognized this as Lord of the Ring precious. For you, the precious is that ring, but for Indians, the precious is our masalas. You just can't live without our masalas. There are like only few things that I'm doing. One is kadhai. The other one is padhai. My whole life is juggling high and padhai. And if I'm getting any time, like if I'm buying any time from the 11:59 p.m. assignment submission, just a little bit of sleep, then I suppose. Now with great cooking comes great dishwashing. This is the one. What happens after cooking? You need to go through the mess. You have to clean this mess up. Snow is there, so everybody snow Mubarak. Moving on with our next performance, which is our last performance as well. So like before everybody like starts asking the volunteer, "Hi, dhakkan kab khulne wale hai?" So it is after that. Coming on next on the stage is a medley of evergreen music numbers.
हम लोग का अच्छा है तुम्हारी माइम सबसे बढ़िया है माइम और
Can you please give me the volume a bit more? There is a sharpness in the mic as well. Hello. It's 1-8.
Check, yeah. A bit more volume on the tabla, please.
Hello. Hello, mic check. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Yeah, please increase the volume. Tabla.
We need a bit volume on mic and tabla as well.
Check. Hello. Check. Check.
Check.
Hello. No.
Good evening, everyone. This is the band that is going to perform tonight. We have Kashif on our lead vocals.
Hello.
We have Sharon on the lead guitar. Mr. Prithvi on the tabla. And we have two beautiful female vocalists, Natasha and Rucha. On the bass, we have Satyajit. And on rhythm guitar is Soumya and me. And on drums we have Sumit, who is going to join us for the next song.
Okay, the song we are actually going to sing right now. I think most of you have the memories of that song. The song called Mayari. This song has an instinct like it becomes an anthem in India as well. So we hope that you will like it.
Can you please give a bit volume on the guitar? The one. That's good. The next song is called Zara Zara from the movie RSGTM. It's a beautiful song.
महकता है आज तो मेरा जन्मदिन प्यासी तुझे भर दे अपनी बाहों
Hi, I'm Nirup. We're going to sing Guru Gudiya Sedi Noda. It's a Kannada song. I hope you like it. Can you increase volume on the speakers?
Check. Yeah. Unfortunately, I forgot to introduce our tabla player last time. We have Advait on tabla now. So.
All right. I want all of you to clap along with the song. Just enjoy this music.
It's a folk song, so it has a rhythm. So follow the rhythm and please sing with us. Seems like our lead guitarist is. Please give it. So the song is called Gudu Gudiya Sedi Nodo, which means smoking all the good things and smoke out all the bad things that you have. The deep meaning that it has.
You can Google for it.
If you know the lyrics, I know that there are some Kannadigas out there. Okay, here we go. story about this song is that we just jammed this song before, just like 3 hours back, and so there might be some glitches, but this is what we could do in 3 hours.
We just gave our best. Thank you.
I guess we are having a big problem. Are you listening to me clearly? Are you guys? Sure? Thank you. I was feeling like the vocal is coming very basic at first time. I hope it's working very well now. So here we go. We have a song called Teri Yaad, Your Memories. A rock band. I hope that you will like it. Nitin. Everybody seems busy, I think. Celebrating Diwalis. Okay.
Check.
With the beat, you can clap with it. Come on. Yeah. मैं डोल जाऊंगा हो Thank you. I hope you like it. Thank you so much.
Okay, the next song is called O Humdam Sonioge. So another popular song, and yeah. So I want you guys to sing with us. Check. And for this song, we have a special guest with us, Mr. Ramir. So give a round of applause for him.
now we are at the last performance of the show, and I just want to tell a short story from last year. We, myself, Yash, and Akshay were just sitting in a room, and we just decided to have this association of India as part of KTH. And with the team of THS, KTH International, and KTH as a whole, we are able to have this. And this Diwali, we are having this show. I would like to thank Mr. Kamal and Mr. Anand for coming as our guest of honor. Thank you so much. Miss Alfonso and her team, Miss Osa and Miss Birgitta, thank you so much. It's all because of you that we are having this, and I cannot be more obliged to you. Some more people I would like to thank: Miss Usha, Miss Avinash, Miss Suprit, whom we forgot at the very beginning, and Mr. Sebastian, Mr. Soikat, and Miss Nanditi and Nandita, sorry, and many more, whose presence is like overwhelming itself. To all our non-Indian friends, we're really glad you joined us, and hope you got to know a bit of our culture. And yeah, one most important person I would like to thank is Srinidhi, who supported me at all times, all crazy sleepless nights. And for the rest of the team, तुम लोगों ने बहुत सताया मुझे, and sorry जितने को भी मैंने सताया है, and this couldn't have been possible without each and every one of you. Thank you so much, and yeah, I'm really proud to be representing FlavourZ. We have lights for the audience, and please clear out this two corners, please. Thank you. More lights on the audience, please.
Check. Okay. Yeah. So you guys have been quite a silent audience, but this song, I know that everyone is going to sing with me, and yeah, just please join us for this amazing song by Mr. A.R. Rahman.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
यहाँ वहाँ सारा जहाँ देख लिया है, अभी भी तेरे जैसा कोई नहीं है। नहीं सॉरी दुनिया घुमाओ, नहीं कहीं तेरे जैसा कोई नहीं। मैं गया जहाँ भी बस तेरी याद थी, जो मेरे साथ थी, मुझको तड़पाती रुलाती थी। सबसे प्यारी मेरी सूरत प्यार है, बसरा प्यार ही। माँ तुझे सलाम, please sing with us. माँ तुझे सलाम, माँ तुझे सलाम, माँ तुझे सलाम, you guys for your amazing I request all the performers to come on the stage so that we can take a pic of the whole team.
For those who are hungry, you will find the dinner downstairs.